Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Mohammad Naszrin Fahmie bin Mohammad Jefri, and in this video, our group would be presenting on our chosen topic for this assignment, which is clogged gutter at Taman Universiti. In this video, we include its causes, effects, preventions, also our hope for the future. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Stay tuned. Before we start on our main topic of discussion for today, I would like to introduce our lecturer and the group members. So first of all, our beloved lecturer, Prof. Madya Dr. Mohammad Ismit bin Mat Said is our coordinator and the task giver for this assignment. For the group member, firstly, it's me, Mohammad Naszrin Fahmie bin Mohammad Jefri. Next is Mohammad Syafiq Iqbal bin Suhaime. Next is Irsham Zahril bin Isma Nazom. And lastly is Syakir Aiman Danial bin Sulaiman. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Continuing on, before we start, we should see the situation at the clogged gutter. There seems to be plasticware used to store cooking oil. Also, the smell is pungent. Moving on to the next scene, as I mentioned earlier, the smell is pungent. But in this scene, as you can see, that there's two big pile of rubbish block the drainage. This surely made the smell actually a bit more pungent from the previous scene. As you can see, the flow of water here seems to be still in control, but actually when there's a heavy rain, this place would fill up the drain, reaching its maximum capacity easily. Moving on to the next scene, we can see that in the flow of water, there seems to be a hair-like structure. This is what we call as mineral buildup. This is caused by the domestic waste that's been thrown there. So it's been built up and it's clogging the drain. Previously, the situation at the gutter at Taman Universiti was shown, and as you can see, the condition is quite bad with the mineral buildups, with the rubbish being everywhere. So from that situation, our group has concluded that there's three main causes that we think could cause those clogged drain. So our first point, which is human activities. As we all know, human activities such as littering and throwing domestic waste into the gutter made the gutter to be clogged. This surely would disturb the flow, where with the people casually doing this, hence the small build-ups become big and it clogs the drain. So for the second point, which is the natural cause. So as we all know, most of gutters actually there's trees near the gutter. So these trees would produce dead leaves, and these dead leaves would then be compiled into an abundance, making the flow of water to be disturbed. So we know that the rate of decay of the leaf is slower than the rate of dead leaf produced, especially during windy days, where the amount of dead leaf is higher than normal days. For the third and last cause, which is lack of maintenance. So as we all know, every civil building needs maintenance. Lack of maintenance means it can cause the building to work inefficiently. The same concept also applies for gutter. When you are lacking in the maintenance of the gutter, hence the gutter would be prone to perform badly. with all those build-ups and clogging and all of those water flow being disrupted. Moving on to the next point.
On to the effect of clogged. There are three aspects been taken. The first one is environment, second one is social, and the last one is health. The first one is water quality will be disturbed. Bacteria will be able to breed rapidly because due to water clog. Once food and other waste particle form part of the clog, bacteria will grow even more quickly. The rapid growth of bacteria will be introduce anaerobic condition, where the disappearance of oxygen is more significant than its production by photosynthesis. If anaerobic occurs, it will disturb the ecosystem under the water and have a variety of bad impacts. The second one is the excessive growth of the pesticide. For example, organic material such as unfinished food being thrown causes excessive of food source, and it will introduce to rapid growth of pesticide. Pesticide such as mice or cockroaches, it will carry disease that can be harmful to humans. The next impact on the environment aspect is about the flooding. Water cannot flow smoothly when the drain contains a lot of rubbish or sediment. It will be becoming worse during the rainy season when a flash flood occurs. Indirectly, it will introduce a new problem, such as structural damage to the drain of the nearby building because of high amount of water stored at one time. Besides, the water might end up pooling in the corners of near building's foundation, and it will weaken the structural integrity of the building. There are a few cases that already happened in Johor Bahru where flooding occurred due to clogged drains. Even though this Taman University has never faced a flash flood before, they need to be prepared, as prevention is better than a cure. The next one is the health aspect, which is it will cause the dengue fever. Dengue fever cases will be increased because during clogged drain, it will make the breeding process of the Aedes mosquito will be possible because Aedes can breed maximum on the stagnant water. Dengue comes from the bite of infected mosquitoes transmitted to humans, which can lead to death. Therefore, it is crucial that we need to clean the drains so the water can flow smoothly. The net effect of the clogged drain is the aesthetic of this place. Seeing rubbish has been thrown at the wrong place and pesticide roaming around, it can be bad experience for the people that are visiting in this place. Therefore, water clogging must be prevented as soon as possible because it can give many bad impacts to the human being. The net impacts of the clogged drain is the odor of the water. It is because the anaerobic condition, and it can give unpleasant smell to the people nearby, and because of that, it will make the place feel uncomfortable, and in some extreme cases, it can give bad disease to humans, such as vomiting.
There are two parties that should play the most important roles in preventing the clogging drain. The first one is social, which is citizen and local resident, and the second one is of course government. As a prevention, we have to avoid pool oil and grease into the sink. Grease and oil are used by most of the people, especially in residential and urban areas. However, the grease and oil contain materials that are hard to degrade. Since the grease and oil are hard to degrade, it can cause clogging and contamination when entering the water body or drainage system. So, instead of throwing the grease and oil inside the sink or drainage system, local residents and urban citizens should keep the used grease inside a container and recycle. As a local, we have to avoid throwing solid materials and trash inside the drainage system. Solid materials such as leftover plastic and trash are the main reason that causes clogging for drainage system. While we throw the leftover or trash from houses into the sink, the leftover will go to the drainage system and block the waterway of the drainage system. As I said earlier, government play the most important role in preventing the clogging drainage. The first method of preventing is install the waste trap inside the drainage system. Since solid material that came from the residential area and factory are the main reason that causes clogging, the waste trap can be used to prevent the solid material entering drainage system. This method can be categorized as the most efficient method that can be used to prevent the clogging drainage. The second method to prevent the clogging drainage is do a regular maintenance on the drainage system. Clogging can be avoided by doing regular maintenance and checking along the drainage system. Sometimes the natural causes also causing clogging to occur. A dry leaf or excessive rock can block the waterway. By doing the regular maintenance and checking, the clogging can be avoided easily. So the last prevention method is government should have efficient waste management system. Since waste is the main causes of clogging, government should provide recycle bin every houses and residential area to avoid the local resident throwing the rubbish inside the drainage system. Therefore, government and local residents must be responsible when it comes to managing their waste to avoid clogging drainage.
This shows that a clean drainage system can save our life from different diseases from contaminated water and animal transmitted such as mice and flies. A clean drainage can also act as a flood control, as Malaysia is a tropical country which also impacted with rainy season during November to February. Drainage system in Malaysia is important, especially as flood control, as flooding is detrimental for both agriculture and aquaculture. The statistics of impact of flood losses in Malaysia 2021 by Department of Statistics Malaysia has shown that Johor has a total loss of 50.1 billion ringgit, while Malaysia loses 6.1 billion ringgit overall across 14 states due to floods. With that, it can be said that a clean drainage system can increase the efficiency and reduce maintenance costs while also making any damage from the flood less severe.
Now, we have reached the end of our video and we can see how important the drain is to our community. This is one of example that a rotten apple can spoil the whole barrel. From the irresponsibility of certain people can cause a massive effect to the environment. Prevention must be done by every party in order to curb this problem from the roots. It's not too late to change the perception of Malaysia's citizens on the importance of our drainage system. I am hopeful that this can be done starting from ourselves. That's all from us. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.